How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to the Enclave. So today we are going to be doing a review on the Baretta PX4 Storm. Now, I saw a lot of videos on this firearm long before I ever got a chance to shoot it. And one of the things that I never heard anyone say was how unique this firearm looks. It is definitely different to any Glock, any CZ, any Canic, any Walther. I think the closest thing you could maybe compare it to is like a high point yeet cannon or something, just in its rear firearm shape, like the rear of the slide. But I don't know. I found it very unique in its appearance. That was actually the first firearm that I ever fired that had a decocker on it. And I must admit, I'm not really a huge fan of them. I feel like safety, cool. I can live with that. A lot of people don't like manual safeties. I can live with a manual safety. No safety whatsoever, as is the case with the Canics and the Glocks, no problem. But a decocker system, I feel like you've gone for a safety with none of the safety, and you've got none of the pros of like the striker fired guns. You've got none of the pros of a safety. I just feel like it's a middle of the road and master of none, you know? But anyways, without any further ado, let's get into the review for the Baretta PX4 Storm.
Two, one.
Yeah, no, I don't know. And we are back with the Baretta PX4 Storm. So, as I said in the intro, I'm not a huge fan of decocking systems. This was the first time that I'd used one in a long time. I'm actually used to the system that was on the Walther P99. For those of you who know it, it's basically located on the top left of the slide. And it's basically just a cutout in the slide that you press in, and that decocks the firearm. That's pretty much what I grew up with, what I love, what I'm used to. So moving on to these more modern systems that have this lever, it was an interesting system. I'm sort of used to the 1911 style safeties, so that's where I get my love of safeties from, is from those sort of systems. This, like I say, it's neither. It's not a normal striker fired handgun with all the ease of use, etc. And it's not the 100%, in my opinion, safety of an actual safety. Like, a decocker is not going to stop your child getting hold of your gun and discharging it, whereas a normal safety is. And I feel like obviously you shouldn't be leaving your firearms around children, things like that, but you know, I could see people having a decocker thinking their firearm's safe because it's got a really strong trigger. To me, that's not really a safety. I have actually attempted to ND one of these things, obviously without a round in the chamber, and I have managed to, just by pushing that into my pants, pull the trigger, or pushing the trigger against my belt, pull the trigger. So, it's not considered a safety in my eyes. But other than that, let's get into the actual firearm. They come in a few different calibers. You have 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, 45 ACP. And they all have this little interesting rotating barrel. Obviously, I've seen canted barrels. All the Glocks, all the Canics all have canted barrels. But this one's quite interesting because it rotates, as you can see in the clip here. They come standard with 3-dot sights. Obviously, you could change those out if you want. I haven't seen any of these with optic plates, but potentially you could mill it for an optic. I'm not too sure. Like all other Berettas, Italian product. And yeah, very, very interesting design. Like, you look at the back of it, very rounded, very, I don't know, it's almost like an odd sort of beaver tail that that's sort of milled into the back of this thing. But like I say, very unique looking firearm. Here you will see me struggle with that decocker, as I stated. I'm not sure if it's here or at a later stage. Okay, no, it must have been a later stage, that's my bad. Yeah, you will see me at some stage struggle with that decocker. Eventually I get it right, but for me, as I said in the previous, as I'm going to say in the CZ video, if I can't just pick up a gun and operate it perfectly, if I have to sit and practice and practice and practice and practice, either to get a safety right, or to get a hammer pulled back, or to get a decocker functioning, I automatically would just gravitate to a Glock or a Canic, where you do not have to do those things. I feel like every step you've got to learn on your gun, A is a step that can go wrong. Here we'll see the decocker fails. So I am pushing it, but I'm not getting it all the way down. It needs to be 100%, and with all the strength in my life, I could only get it to 99%, and I couldn't even move the hammer with my main hand. So perhaps it's just a tight spring, perhaps it would loosen up, I don't know. But for me, as I say in all my reviews, if I can't just pick it up and run with it, then, I don't know if it's for me. But other than that, I had a good time shooting it. I love shooting all guns. It's just whether I like operating them or not, that is a different story. But yeah, these come in full size, compact and subcompact, which is quite interesting. Not many firearms come in the same sort of styles. But yeah, if you got more time, check out another video. Otherwise, peace out.